Okie doke, here we go. Top of the hour, and I will share my screen. Avish, my screen can be seen, yes?
Yep. Okay.
Excellent. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about um, what are we doing with Be Funny as a speaker, or what's the latest on that?
So I've been working kind of behind the scenes. What I've got now is a pretty detailed outline for an opt-in product, and a pretty detailed outline for the first entry-level product of like $27.
Eh, let's
And the topic of the sixth audio program, I just need to kind of flesh out. That'll probably be an interview product. So I'm kind of putting all the pieces together behind the scenes right now.
That sounds good. What do you have in mind for the both the detailed the opt-in product and the entry level product?
So let me pull it up here. The opt-in product I'm looking at, I'm thinking something called Seven Secrets of Funny Speakers, what speakers who successfully use humor know and do, and how you can too. That I'm thinking will just be an audio MP3, could be an interview one, and maybe with a transcript. I was also thinking kind of when the news site is really ready to be out there and promoted, this could kind of be a good free webinar as well.
Okay.
So that's the opt-in. So just 7 different things, that tell stories, not jokes, comes from a unique point of view, that pause, blah blah blah. And then the first product, we have this Unleashing the Inner Comedian product, but I feel that's a little out of date, so I kind of want to do a new version of that that's a little more hands-on-y, kind of taking people through the process of taking any story or content and adding humor to it.
Yep.
So that I'm envisioning as a audio product with maybe a PDF workbook. It'll probably be around an hour, maybe a little more than an hour long, depends how in-depth all the sections get.
And
then maybe offering the current older version of that program as like a bonus if you buy the new one.
Okay, I got a thought here that maybe we can do a webinar for some of Burke's people who are in front of the media a lot to help them with this as well.
That would be cool, yeah.
Let's talk to him about that. Both of us can, I have a conversation with him next week, but you could email him and say, hey, Fred and I were talking about this. Would you be open to maybe having an event, a webinar for free for your people that I can record and use as a product for how to be funny as an author in doing media, how to be funnier, how not to be boring as an author doing media.
Yeah.
You like that idea?
That'd be cool.
I think Burke will see it as a nice value added for his clients, and it'll also be able to be produced. We can produce it as a product as well. Makes sense?
Yeah, I like it. I think that's a good idea.
Okay, so let's. Why don't you send Burke an email and say, hey, Fred and I were talking. I know you're talking to him next week, but this came up. I'd love to arrange it, maybe over the next, 15, 30 days, whatever, the next month or so to get together with your people via webinar, and let's do this.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I'll drop him a line.
I think that works. Okay, so the Be Funny as a speaker. Now, did we decide if we're gonna start a completely new site or just use the platform of Speaking Expert? Because SpeakingExpert.com really doesn't match the message that we're doing.
Right. So I think platform-wise, we have Be Funny as a speaker as a website. So I think that just needs to be updated. I think there are a couple pages that are down. So that needs to be cleaned up and seeded with some new content and stuff. But I think that's what we're going to build off of. And then we use the email list that's going to Speaking Expert and kind of direct that, use that to try to drive people to Be Funny as a speaker.
Yeah. So like here, for example, one of the things, instead of be a better speaker in an hour, why don't we change this to be a funnier speaker in an hour?
Yeah, and that's kind of will be based on the new opt-in instead of that's kind of more a generic how to be a better speaker.
Yep, I like it. Cool. So let's see here. What else? The one thing that, again, trying to borrow from others with Bill. I don't know if I told you this, but at his event, I got him to announce a performance class, maximum 8 people, $400, and they would be coached as he's going to coach on Friday with you guys, and it's a 4 week, 90 minutes each class, and then we're recording it to create product as well. And so I'm thinking that, is there anything that we can do where we can put together, so using Bill's example of the 8 people, in his case, just to $400 per person, and then it's a performance class, and it's 90 minutes, and then it's 4 consecutive weeks. So for us right now, I was just thinking that why don't we offer a free 60 to 90 minute webinar to everyone on the list, and use that as a platform to try and sell some of the other products as soon as we have them available.
Yeah, I think once the products and offerings are all done and out there, doing a freebie, it could be an expanded version of the opt-in. I think could be good with a Q&A version, or just like I said, a new one on being funnier.
Yep.
Yeah, I think to transfer people, get people who are on speaking expert interested in Be Funny as a speaker, we'll probably want to do some stuff to, like a little mini launch type thing to announce it, and do some free stuff to try to get them into that list and to buy some stuff.
Yeah, I like it. I think that works. Cool. So then we do have some things that we're doing. I'm trying to think of anything else that's working well for others here. So anyway, just to let you know what happened with this, I suggested he do this class, right? And I said, trust me, it'll sell out. So he approached people at the event, and nobody got in. He sent out the email that I sent him to send, and within 24 hours it was booked. So he already has 2 or 3 people now signed up for the following month. But again, what he's doing is, just bumping up prices a little bit each time.
Right.
But, again, I'm trying to look at, I think that since we're sort of narrowing focus, well, actually, in some ways broadening focus, this should be, it opens it up to, I'm just thinking of the various groups that we could list here of people. What are the various groups of people, teachers, that could benefit from this if we niched it? Teachers, pastors, we could do lawyers. We can do doctors, I guess, if they want to be funny. They really don't sometimes. What are some other groups that we could sort of target with this material?
Well, kind of like you said, the author / media, people maybe in the media, celebrities, athletes,
corporate execs. I'm just trying to sort of brainstorm all the different categories of people. The main ones. So I guess you could say managers.
Trainers.
What's that?
I guess it's like speakers, but...
What did you say?
Trainers.
Yeah, trainers. Yeah, but I mean, this is a pretty good, comprehensive list here. And again, I think the best way, the best way to do these is to do something where you're doing a live event that's recorded, so you can get paid for creating the product.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I kind of want to do probably in a few months, maybe near the summer, once we kind of got the site up and running and everything is kind of an improv for speakers workshop that gets recorded to turn into a product in this area because it'll be easy for me to fill if it doesn't sell. And I like that model of doing a live seminar and recording that and using that for products.
And so, tell me what your idea is for the improv one where we would do it in Philly or something.
Yeah, it would just be like a one-day event, specifically for a speaker. You know, basically Be Funny as a speaker, just a live version. So it'd be a lot of improv exercises plus some hands-on stuff around storytelling and humor and all the theory and concepts, but just done live, so we can make a little bit of money and then record that and have a nice product at the end of it.
Yeah, I like it, and yeah, that should work. Now watch what Bill DeWeese does on Friday in terms of the recording and everything, because we can easily just replicate that.
Yeah, I'll be paying very close attention to what he's doing.
Cool. Let's see here. So we got that. What else? Anything else we need to discuss?
I don't think so.
How can I help? What do you want me to do?
There's not much right now. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm not like attacking this like a madman because right now I really need to focus on stuff that's going to generate cash in the next 3 months.
Yep.
Not stuff that's going to build passive income in 3 years.
Yep.
So I'm committed to continue to move this forward, but there's not like a whole lot. Probably in the next few weeks at some point I'll connect with you about scheduling an audio interview time for the opt-in and stuff like that.
Okay.
It'll probably be the next thing you need from you, but that won't be until at the earliest next week, and maybe not for a couple weeks.
Okay, so then the other thing is, with regards to our conversation on the topic that I brought up, you're going to try and maybe identify some emails and I by the way, I'm going to send you the finished version of the email that I have to just get your feedback on.
Sure, yeah, just send that over.
Cool. Okay, well, it sounds like we're done.